with the primary here in just a few weeks over Biden. So the one purpose for the corporate centrist was take out Bernie.
Well, it's backfiring. It ain't working out in their favor, is it? $4 million in 48 hours.
Incredible.
25,000 people.
Out of people's pockets.
Never donated before. Donated within those 2 days.
And you don't
it's
hear
amazing.
A damn word about it.
Nope. You'll hear about it here. You won't hear about it anywhere else. You might hear about it on Democracy Now! You might hear it on Pacifica shows, but you won't hear it anywhere else. NPR won't say a damn word about it.
According to CNN, Bernie's never won a debate this year. Never won a debate. And they're not going to tell you that during the debate, people were so offended they were pulling money out of their pocket. You're not going to hear that.
So, in wrapping up this very long Hammer Time segment, for 1 million moms in the American Family Association, for the anti-Governor Gretchen Whitmer Facebook group that's now been disbanded, for Michigan State Senator Pete Lucido, and for Senator Elizabeth Warren, we have this message for you, and you better just take a listen to it.
Don't be a douchebag!
That's right. Y'all need to stop being douchebags! Friggin' believable.
Incredible.
Yeah. It is.
Darren, you didn't understand the question about the insurance town? Briefly.
The insurance town, what does that even mean?
Okay, Phillips, this was one of the questioners.
Yeah.
On the stage, okay, was on a roll. Des Moines, she noted, is an insurance town. What will happen to the poor insurance company employees if Medicare for All replaces the private insurance industry?
They're going to go work for the government.
That's the verbatim question that this establishment journalist laid out, to which Sanders replied, well, the health insurance industry is ripping off the country.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell do we care about taking care of them? Though my words. They're going to have to live with it, he said. But they'll be eligible for money from a transition fund offering up to 5 years of income, health care, and job training for people who work for health insurance companies. We'll take care of them a hell of a lot better than they ever took care of their so-called insured constituency. 5 years. Bernie has an answer. If you put out these insurance companies out of business, they'll be taken care of, including their insurance, for 5 years.
Yeah.
But her question was being worried about the longevity of the insurance companies that Bernie is 100% against. Could you get a clear indication of establishment objective?
Let me just tell you this, folks. This just came out Wednesday. I have a press release from the University of California, San Francisco. Let me read you the headline. Single-payer systems likely to save money in U.S. Analysis finds. This was a study done by the University of California, San Francisco, UCLA, and University of California, Berkeley. The study was published Wednesday, January 15th in PLOS Medicine. It comes as California Governor Gavin Newsom has created a state commission to find ways to achieve universal coverage, possibly through a single-payer system, and as the Democratic presidential candidates are debating Medicare for All proposals on the national stage. This is how it is, folks. They had people do the study on this. Some of them were progressive. Some were conservative. Even the conservatives, in most of the cases, said, you're going to save money the first year that you implement this.
Yeah, the Koch brothers did a study. The Koch brothers.
Of all people.
Results.
Wow. That's just amazing.
It's too obvious.
It is. Jack, I know you wanted to get to a story, and I want to get to it before we run out of time here. Tess Owen writes this for Vice.com. Headline reads, Virginia declares state of emergency after armed militias threaten to storm the Capitol.
Yeah.
We're not making this up, folks. Once again, it goes back to the violence of conservatives. They take action. They're going to storm the Capitol. They've banned, part of the state of emergency is that the governor of Virginia has banned guns on the property. There's already people that said, nope, we're going to carry our weapons. They actually said it's no weapons. Baseball bats, 2x4s, whatever. But especially guns. And they're saying, oh no, Second Amendment.
This is a late-breaking story.
Yeah.
This is a portent of the future.
Mm-hmm.
These bullies, I don't care if you call them brown shirts or not, are going to force their will onto the American people.
Yeah.
They have no respect for the federal government. They want to shut it down.
Tess Owen writes this for Vice. In response to what he described as credible intelligence of threats of violence at an upcoming gun rights rally in Richmond, Virginia, Governor Ralph Northam has declared a state of emergency and will temporarily ban individuals from carrying firearms on Capitol grounds. Why is that not permanent? I know in Michigan you can't carry a gun on Capitol grounds unless you're law enforcement. You can't even do it if you've got a concealed carry permit. It's a safe zone. This is just unbelievable. Northam, a Democrat, said, quote, no weapons will be allowed on Capitol grounds, everything from sticks and bats to chains and projectiles. The list also includes firearms. It makes no sense to ban every other weapon but allow firearms when intelligence shows that armed militia groups plan to storm the Capitol. End of quote. Yeah, this is an event that's scheduled for Monday, January 20th, this dubbed Lobby Day. It was organized by the Virginia Citizens Defense League, which is a pro-Second Amendment nonprofit. They're doing this in response to new gun control legislation introduced by the Democratic state legislature. Northam acknowledged that the organizers had been planning the rally for some time. He said, quote, I believe them when they say this is a peaceful event. That's what democracy is. Unfortunately, they have unleashed something much larger, something they may not be able to control. End of quote. They say that upwards of 5,000 people have stated their intent on the Facebook page to attend this event. Event organizers think 100,000 people might show up to this. Could you imagine 100,000 people showing up trying to storm the state capitol?
You got a president that kills a sovereign leader in Iran, and you don't get 5 people protest. You get 100,000 people there worried about carrying their little piece. I can't find the article, but I'm asking a question. Mm-hmm. The protest on the 20th,
yes,
Monday the 20th, was from what group?
It's a group called Virginia Citizens Defense League. They're a pro-Second Amendment nonprofit.
Well, let me continue. Who's looking at this, the Nazis and all of the Klan people, they're like flies to crap on this
all the militia nuts out there, too. Yeah, let me continue this story here from Vice. A website for the rally shows that at least 60 buses are scheduled to transport attendees into Richmond on Monday. There's word that carpools are being organized. What's more, armed militia groups are also planning to attend, and some have even described the event as a boogaloo, a term that the far right uses to describe a second civil war.
Well, they're looking for a spark. The answer would be to send troops down.
Yeah.
And send a lot of troops down.
Yeah.
But
time to get the National Guard out.
We got the Orange Baboon.
Yeah.
Ain't going to happen.
Well, I believe the mobilization of the state National Guards, that's up to the governor. I don't think Trump has any say in that. I might be wrong. Actually, if somebody out there knows the answer to that,
well, you got 60 buses, and you got every
bloodthirsty
guy that wants to, take his gun out to show it off. They're going to rally there. They better have protection, or they're liable to have some act where they take over and sit in the seat of government.
Yeah. You'll have another Charlottesville if you're not too careful.
Well, it's unbelievable. It was terrible, and there was a death, et cetera, et cetera. But we didn't abdicate our government. We didn't have what they're looking for, which is a revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody should be figuring that out.
Yeah, all these conservatives out there, well, I can't wait for a second civil war or revolution. Well, I tell you what, come bring it. Come bring it. You'll find out the liberals own guns and know how to use them, too. You'll find that out real quick. God. Like I said, conservatives are dumb. They don't understand.
That's what I'm just about to say, Dan. We said earlier in the show, this isn't a political fight in the United States. It's dumb versus enlightened. It really is. It's the
you know what?
knuckle draggers.
I never thought of it like that, but you're right. I mean, what more can be said?
You can get more sophisticated and try and analyze it deeper and deeper, but in its simplest terms, that's what it is.
Oh, boy. Well, I got one good news story that I want to mention.
Where did you find that?
That's at Vice.com.
Okay, I'm just kidding you.
Yeah. So, that's on our Facebook page, too. If you want to read the entire article, just go to our Facebook page and you'll find it there. I've got this. The New York Times, Adam Nassiter wrote this article on January the 11th. We've talked about the Yellow Vest protests in Paris and all across France.
Mm-hmm.
They've won. Protesting works. Boycotts work.
It took a long battle. Think of it.
Yes, it did.
They had staying power way beyond what the United States has demonstrated.
What did they win? Well, Macron has decided to scrap the pension reform plan that he was trying to hoist onto the workers in France. French President Emmanuel Macron has insisted that the French need to work longer to strengthen a generous retirement system. It's one of the world's most generous retirement systems, but he's saying that it's heading toward a $19 billion deficit. He wanted to extend the retirement age from 62 to 64. He wanted basically to, privatize things and all that good stuff and modify. He was wanting to merge all these different little pools of money for all these different trades. And all the different trades have said, nope, you're going to leave things alone as they are. Union said 150,000 protesters were in the streets of Paris on Saturday. God.
But they've been there for months.
Months and months and months. And
they've
it's
taken
beautiful.
rubber bullets. They've taken the bad weather. They've persisted, and they won.
They've taken tear gas canisters. The older lady that was hit in the head with a tear gas canister, I believe she passed away, didn't she?
Yeah. And we have...
Or damn close to it.
We had a city poisoned by our government here. Poisoned. Mm-hmm. And I went to a protest, maybe 100 people.
Yeah. That's the problem with this country is we've become complacent. Somebody else needs to go and protest. I'm too busy. No, you need to get unbusy.
I got to watch the Bachelor. I got to find out who wins that show tonight.
Why? Oh, jeez. I thought you were being serious there, but I realized you're being facetious.
Well, I mean, that's where America's mind is.
Yeah, it is. Now that you mention it, that's pretty much where it is.
Yeah, and I've heard conspiracy theories that they put fluoride in water. Actually, right here in Grand Rapids. It makes people passive.
We were the first.
Now, I don't know if that did, but I can tell you what it does is a nonstop corporate message that comes out through the TV 24 hours a day, and kids are raised on it. They have no idea that they're in slavery.
No, I don't think they realize that. And it's slavery that we put ourselves into. That's the thing about it. That's what's nauseating.
Yeah, we locked the locks.
We certainly
on
did.
Our ankles.
Yeah. Here, we'll put little Johnny in front of the boob tube because we're too busy to actually be a parent. We're going to just take everything that the media says at face value, and we're not going to investigate any further than that. That's their job. They need to be investigating.
We're not going to be critical of critical thinking.
No, we're not at all. Oh, boy, and I'm glad we're out of time because I am exhausted from this. We'll be back next week, folks. I'm Darren Gibson.
I am Jack Prince.
For Kristen Cook, please support independent media and the First Amendment.
The stations that carry Southpaws do not necessarily share the opinions expressed on the show. Southpaws is protected by the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution and is copyrighted by Big D Entertainment. All rights reserved.